Kindly, the meeting begins right now. Move forward, move forward. Thank you very much. Guys, occupy the seats in front. Please, please, occupy the seats in front. Kindly, what's it? There's no glory at the back. Every glory is at the front. Every glory is at the front. 20, ma'am. 20, 20. Sindio? All right. Okay. Makori, please, tujazie vitu. Nakupata. Daddy, tuingie mkutano. All right, all right. Karibuni, karibuni. Make your way to the front. Make your way to the front. Thank you very much. Our time is well spent. Make your way to the front. Guys, kindly move forward, move forward, move forward, move forward, move forward. Occupy these front seats. Hi. Sasa, nitie brother hapo. Songa mbele. Make sure there is no seat in front of you that is empty. Make sure there is no seat in front of you that is empty. Brian, thank you. Guys, make sure. If there is a seat that is in front of you that is empty, occupy that seat. Kindly. Thank you. Front. Katie, there is no glory there. The glory is here. Come. Katie too. Don't worry. Move to na Katie. Come, mama. Come. Brian, sit here. Brian, sit here. I'm helping you. It is you I'm helping. It is for you. Come. Unachange unaleta hapa. Hivyo, inananga hivyo, bro. Keti hapo. Thank you very much. Thank you, Diana. Lavender, come, guys. Come. Thank you. Thank you. Diana, guys. Thank you. We are occupying the seats that are in front. If there is an empty seat in front of you, you are the one to occupy it. Sindio? Come. Karibu. Thank you. Make your way to the front. We are about to begin. Time is well spent. Please. Yes. Make your way to the front. Media team, are you set to begin? Thank you, blessing. May God bless you. Thank you. The people at the back, kindly make your way to the front. The meeting Matters AI begins right now. The people outside, thank you for heeding to this call. Thank you very much. Amani, good to see you. Glory is to God. Thank you. Make your way to the front. Good to see you, Melvin. Karibu sana. Good to see you. Yes, make sure there is no seat in front of you. Bran, naomba hiyo gap pale nyuma kusikwe na gap, si ndio? Kusikwe na gap. Yeah. Kusikwe na gap. Make sure if there is a seat, kusikwe na gap, si ndio? Yeah. Karibu. Make sure there is no empty seat in front of you. Praise God. Are we all set to begin? The media team, are we ready to call set? Fantastic. Hi guys. Let me see by a show of hands how many were here last time. How many are here last time? Let me see by a show of hands. Okay, let me hear from some of you. What did you pick up from last meeting? Okay, let me even put it better. What are you expecting to learn from today's meeting? Is that better? What are you expecting to learn? Just stand to your feet. Let me hear from you. What do you expect to learn from today's meeting? Mrs. Key. How to use AI to make money. So Brian is saying, I want to know how to use AI, not to draw, but I want to know how to make money. How many are saying, Brayo, sisi tuko na wewe? Ni wangapi wamejoin chama ya Brayo? Hey, tuko wengi. Basharia wako wengi. Yes, somebody else, what do you expect to learn from today's class?
How to manipulate AI to my own advantage.
How to manipulate AI to your own advantage, isn't it? So that AI doesn't use you, you use AI, isn't it? Wow, I'm also joining that club. Yes, sir. What do you hope to learn from today's class? Yes. how to make money using AI. And so without any further delay, allow me to introduce our speaker today. Hi. Didn't you just love his presentation last time? Wapi makofi yake tafadhali, makofi yake tafadhali, makofi mazito mazuri, mazito mazuri, mazito mazuri. Patrick, the people here loved the class last time, and they are eager to learn. They are saying they want to learn how to make money from AI. They are saying they want to learn how to manipulate AI to their own advantage. But many of them here, ni Mama Sharia na Makenodhi hapa wanasema, we really want to know how to make money from this AI. Thank you very much, Patrick. We loved your class. We loved the class. We have not stopped talking about it. We want to learn some more. Yeah, and we are really eager to not just hear, but to be doers of that word. So, Karibu, would you like to present from here or from?
I think freelancing.
Freelancing? So let me bring the podium for you.
Still afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Wale wenye wako nyuma. Good afternoon. Great. So I want to start again by asking the same question that has been asked. How many were here last time? Those who were here last time? Okay. Those who are not here last time? It's the first time. Alafu kuna wale mikono iko chini the entire time. Mulikuwa wapi? Outside. Sawa sawa. Now, I want us to do something a bit differently today. And I had requested that you bring your phone. And if you don't have your phone, your notebook. Sawa sawa. Because we are going to be doing a bit of practicals today. Today is not theory. You know, last time I had a machine here and a lot of presentation. Today is more of doing it. Sawa. But before then, there's something we must agree. It's not one way. Sawa? Every time you hear somebody who is speaking to a crowd, you can be sure there is no learning. Sawa. Learning takes place when it's a conversation. Sawa. And because we are learning, I want us to assume that you don't know anything. So if I ask a question and you don't know, confidently say, I don't know. Otherwise, if you knew, would you be seated here? Not be seated. So let's have a conversation, sort of a discussion. And where I want us to start today, I want to start by introducing the guy who is doing the presentation there. And the guy doing the presentation is called Edgar. Edgar. That's a unique name, right? Edgar Teba. Sawa? I want you to mark that name because one of these fine days, when I'll not be there, and you need a solution, or you need to learn something, or you need to build something, he might be the person you look for. Are we there? And I want to give you a brief history of how I met Edgar. Are you listening carefully? I want you to listen carefully because today we are running. One time, we were having a bit of a struggle. And the struggle we were having is around customer management. You know who is a customer? A customer is somebody who you think they're already buying or they will buy something from you, right? Now, we wanted to take advantage of AI for that kind of interaction between the company and the customers. Paka hapa tumerawana. So, do we know the problem? We know the problem we are having. But the solution we also know that it lies with something to do with AI. But there is something that was missing. I want you to look at this. I want you to imagine that is Facebook. Sawa? I want you to imagine that that is AI. Open AI, the chat GPT that you use on daily basis. Tumeelewana? So, I know I need to utilize that platform. I also know that I need to work together with Open AI. Tumeelewana? But now, that is a product owned by a different company. That is a product owned by a different company. Tumeelewana? It's like JCC and Catholic. Are they under the same administration? The answer is no. Are we there? And I want you to listen to this story very carefully, because now when you start actual implementation, when you start taking real advantage of artificial intelligence, those are the same challenges you are going to face. Are we there? So, one time, I have a friend called Margaret. Margaret is also in the technology field. So we were having a conversation, and she told me, by the way, I met a guy who is a developer of applications. Paka hapo tumeelewana? Have we gone into the details of what applications he does? That story dies. I struggled with my problem for a while. I went back and asked Margaret, by the way, the guy you said is a developer, what does he develop? And she told me he is capable of developing any API that you can think about. Now, what is API? API, you see those cables that are moving there? That is an API. If you ask Joseph, he'll tell you, basically those cables are connecting those speakers. In fact, we call it looping. Sidio? We call it looping. So she told me he is capable of connecting that with his own newly created software. You understand that? So how did I meet Edgar? Did I know him? By the way, I've worked with him now for, is it close to 2 years? For close to 2 years. And I can tell you for free, I don't know where he comes from. You know, men don't go into details. I just know he is Edgar Teba. He's a software developer specializing in API development. That is all I need to know from him. I want to confess to you today, a month later, I looked for him, and when I looked for him, he was not available. So he told me, you just tell me the problem you have, and I'll solve it from where I am. But remember, I knew one thing. If he is to deal with that problem remotely, it means once we are done with that problem, again we disconnect. Are we there? But is technology growing or not growing? Is AI growing or not growing? So my interest was not for one solution. I knew he had something that I needed for so many years. Are we there? Now, Edgar can tell you how his interview went. And this is where everything starts. Edgar's interview happened in a call. You know, a phone call. 8 a.m. in the morning with only one question. When are you available to come? That was the head of the interview. I can't remember what he said, but he indicated he could come. He has not accepted to come. And by the way, when I give you his story, I want you to also think about his age. Sidio? Most of you maybe are at the same age. Are we there? I want to confess to you today, I have no idea what Edgar scored in university. The HR maybe knows those details. At that point, what was our interest? Our interest had nothing to do with the grade. Sawa? our interest had nothing to do with the university he went. In fact, if I'm to guess his university, I can only guess. I'm not so sure. After how many years? 2 years. If I'm to know how much he earns, I would also be lying, because that was not part of my interest. Are we there? What does that start indicating to you? That start indicating to you in the next few years, and the reality is already starting to be here, the issue of the university you went to, in one way or another, will start to cease. You understand? Because we are coming from a generation where we used to say, I must go to the Dan Kimathi University. I must go to Nairobi University. Because the employer those days were considering which university did you go to, which course did you go to, or did you take, and those kind of questions. But right now, and I want you to listen to me very carefully, in any interview, people are doing interviews. You are done with the interview. That is when the HR remember, I ought to have checked the papers. Because the question is only one. What problem are you able to solve? That is the end of the story. Because I want you to ask you a very simple question. You have two people. One guy is a professor. Sawa? A professor of building and construction. You know building and construction? The people who build these things. Another guy completed Form 4. In fact, let's use a different and a perfect example. You have your own car that you are driving. There's a guy who is telling you, I have masters in mechanical engineering. Paka hapa tumerawana. Then there's another guy here who is telling you, I completed Form 4 and I went to the garage and I have been in the garage for 15 years. Na gari yako iko na shida ya brakes. Who are you trusting? Let's be honest. Who are you trusting? These guys don't know. Gari haina nini? Haina brakes. Sawa? There's one guy who can only tell you, I have masters in automotive. That is the end of his story. The other guy is telling you, by the way, I completed class 8. I went to the garage. I've been working in Isuzu or with Isuzu for 15 years. Who are you trusting with your car? And remember, we are not talking about any other part. We are talking about the brakes. Who are you trusting? But is education bad? Education is right. True or not true? But education in the current generation must be backed with practical and applicable knowledge. Tumeelewana? So even when we talk about this artificial intelligence, last time we talked with a PowerPoint presentation. Why? Because we were building the surface. Are we there? But now, there's two things that Pastor will start realizing. As we move on, the crowd will start becoming smaller. And I can tell you the theory behind that. Because many people like it when it's theoretical. When you start telling them, let's now do it, hey, they start running away. Unfortunately now for the things that we are supposed to talk about here, you must now open up your mind. Tumeelewana? Number one, open up your mind. Number two, ask yourself a very honest question. And we normally say honest questions are better asked when you are alone. Ask yourself, why am I even interested in artificial intelligence? Are we there? And I want to read something for you here, because sometimes there is a bit of confusion. There's something I really like here, and I want us to start there. Listen to this. God gives people gifts, ideas, and opportunities. AI is one of the tools now available in our generation. The question is not whether the tool exists. That one is no longer a question. Tumeelewana? The question is whether you will use it with wisdom. Paka hapo tumeelewana? Honesty, diligence, and for the service. Because remember, before you start thinking about anything, we are always told as young people, you must ask yourself, is it in alignment with the word of God? So if it's not aligned, then what does that mean? You don't even need to pursue it. But clearly, we have been told, God gives people gifts, ideas, and opportunity. And AI just happens to be one of the opportunities. The other day, we looked at what every generation was able to benefit from the technology it had. Now the question is, we have artificial intelligence with us. What are you going to do with it? Are we there? There are only two possibilities. One group will perish in the era of artificial intelligence. Another group will lead the life in the era of artificial intelligence. You have a decision to make. Are we there? And let's look at statistics before we go very far. Because we always say before you go very far, you need to know the statistics. And this is what the statistics say. And I want you to write somewhere so that you can verify later. Statistics say that 85%, to the young people especially, 85% of employers plan to prioritize 85% of employers plan to prioritize upskilling and AI uptake. 85%. Tuendelee. 77% plan to provide 75% plan to provide AI trainings. 77% plan to provide AI training. There are very funny facts that I want you to get to understand. And this is mathematical. Pause first so that we get it right. If today you are employed or you are working somewhere and your salary is 30,000, in the next 5 years, two things will happen. You'll either not be compatible where you are working. If you'll be compatible, it means you'll have adopted AI and your income will have been increased 3x. Watu wa hesabu watuambie inamaanisha nini? 3 times. That is what 3x means. Number 2, or the other fact that I want us to get to understand before we go very far, as at now, globally, 76% of workers have started admitting they need AI to broaden their job opportunities. Mashika hiyo? 71% of the leaders, and this is the last one and the most interesting one, 71% of the leaders say they would rather hire a less experienced candidate with AI skills than a more experienced one without. That is a research that has been done by Microsoft. I think those are enough facts to guide us in our presentation. And the reason why I started there is because there's something called change. So unajua hivyo? There's something called, if there is something that is too difficult for people, not just for young people, for everybody, is something that is called change. If you want to know that is the reality, you see the bed you sleep on. Don't try a lot of investigations, just flip it the other side. So, uliamuka leo ukilala hii side, uigeuze, ulale hivi. That's when you start realizing even the smallest of the changes sometimes can be very disturbing. If that can be a problem, how about a whole economy that is now supposed to be driven by AI? Is it going to be easy? It's not going to be easy. So we must agree here, all of us, before we touch the practice and all that, that we are not working on a very simple journey. To some people, it will mean losing jobs. To some other people, it will open up new businesses for them. To some other people, they will not see the essence of even considering AI or any technology until it is already too late. Are we there? And I gave an example last time here of trying to imagine that you are an athletee, then you pause. Wabie nyinyi pigani round 4. We are doing 10 laps. Then you tell them, you do 3 rounds, alafu niigie. Are you going to succeed? It's very difficult. That is what many people are doing. Wanasema, hii kitu, washa kwanza tupime hewa. Washa tuone venye kutaenda. As you say so, you wake up and there is 20 Edgars. A guy who went to school to do computer science. Did you do computer science? Computer? Technology. To do that. But then, he sits somewhere and realizes there is something called artificial intelligence. I know a lot of people will struggle with integrations. So what am I supposed to do? I'll sit down alone in a corner and actually train myself a specific skill that is not being taught in the normal school setup. You got to start that. It gets to a point where you will not walk around looking for a job. Get that? If you find yourself looking for a job in company A, company B, company C, something somewhere is not right. It means 2 things. You have a skill that is with so many people, or you have the wrong skill. Only 2 things. People with the right skills, by the way, they don't look for the job. People look for them. And when people look for you, you don't go in with your conditions. You give them your conditions. That's when you can tell them, by the way, I don't work on Sunday because I go to church. But when you go knocking, they'll tell you, by the way, we have a job opportunity for only Saturday and Sunday. Kwa nini? Because you are the one looking for them. Are we there? So the goal here that I want us to set is not to get relevant to an extent of looking for the job. It's to get relevant to an extent people look for you. And I've given his practical example. Are we there? Somebody mentioning there's a guy called so-and-so. He does ABC. The story ends there. Then you start realizing, hey, I think that is the same guy I've been looking for. Are we there? So what does he do? His work is very simple. Wakes up and we tell him we need to connect Facebook with certain thing. He develops from zero. You know what it means to develop from zero? Ni kama Facebook. You see the WhatsApp you develop, you use. Now for him doing it from zero. All the platforms you'll be looking at here, they have not been done in Silicon Valley. They have been done in Nakuru. In fact, a few meters from here. Understand that? By who? Does he look like he has 50 years of experience? Ukiona? Kuna jamaa ananodia ukweli kabisa asema haiwezekani. Because some of these things have nothing to do with age. Are we there? They have absolutely nothing to do with age. It's just an issue of, are you aware of what you need? So today, I want us to focus on like 3 main areas of where we stopped last time. Last time, we talked about how do we use AI in our own personal life to start with. Before you go to business, before you go into many other things, how do you use it for your own personal life? We looked at a number of items. We went ahead and asked ourselves, how do we use it in our businesses? Sidio? We went ahead and asked ourselves, by the way, because I'm a career person, how can I use AI in my career? Those were the three scopes that we had. So today what we are going to do is actual demonstration. Sidio? So that now, and you see what a demonstration does, it doesn't mean that you copy and paste. I hope you know that. Sidio? Remember what we said last time? You must study and build your own case. Remember that phrase? So you cannot copy and paste. The demos are supposed to open up your mind. Start seeing new possibilities. Are we there? So that when we talk about you can automate ABC, we see you that automation. We make sure that you see that automation. And then from there, you go ahead and ask yourself, I'm a business person who has really struggled with reaching out to customers. You ask yourself, how do I use this technology to reach out to customers? And this is where I want us to start. When you bought your new phone, your first phone, before you use it, what were you required to do? Can you remember? Kuna mtu nimesikia amesema. Set up. Remember that story? I mean, I've spent my money. This is my phone, but these guys will not let me use it before I start putting my personal data. Do you ask yourself that question? I want to show you now how the whole thing links up. Before you use it, Google will tell you, you need to put up your email. What happens when you don't have an email? You actually go to a cyber or you open your own email. Most of us, when we do that, we stop it at that. And we imagine all they needed is an email. But now I want to tell you why they ask for that data. That email is what is used to track you. You see anything you do on your phone? It's over and done. That is why the other time we started here by asking ourselves, do you have data? Do you collect data? How do you manage data? Tumeona? Because that is where it all starts. So how does all these guys collect data? When you buy a new phone, the first thing before anything else, they require you to put your email. Now this is how the whole chain flows. When you do that, you order something online with the same phone. They start realizing, huyu msichana every weekend lazima order pizza. You understand that? They start discovering every day you get on your system or on your WhatsApp, you are always looking for new fashion of clothes. You understand that? Through a technology that we call machine learning. Tumeona? Every time you are traveling, your bundles is on, you go to Nairobi, you come back. You go to Nairobi, you come back. They already know. Every weekend, you go to. And that's why sometimes ukitumia Google, inakuuliza, how did you like that place? It collects your data to an extent. When you log in out to your Facebook, or you go to those platforms, you start seeing something related to what you always like. Understand that? That's why when you go to your Facebook, as a pastor, by default you start seeing a lot of information about pastoring, about church, about ABCD. When another person goes, they start seeing something different. Are we there? Why is it so? Because somebody already has your data. Are we there? They already have your data. They have used machine learning. There is an algorithm. And then that algorithm starts now taking advantage of your habit. Tumeona? So if Patrick today goes to Google and tells Google, I want to run an advert, advertising AI course, you know what will happen? If today you go and you look for AI, because we are talking about AI, then I run an advert and I tell it to only show in Nakuru. You know what will happen? Before it goes to any other person, it will first of all come to you. You start to seeing how it flows. So that's why we said last time here, when we were beginning, you need to start being conscious of your data as a person, as a business, or as church. Are we there? And we agreed, I hope you did so, because if you didn't do, then you still lag behind a bit. When you have that data, it is only from that data that you can start building things. And that is what we are just about to start seeing here. By the way, up to that point, is it true or not true? When you go to Facebook, do you see things that you like? Does it happen? If yes, things that you, by the way, it goes ahead, let me surprise you. You see when you open a certain video, let me show you how powerful those systems are. When you open a video, it counts how long did you stay on that video. We call that eyeball. Marijuana. So it's not just an issue of scrolling. As you scroll, they are able to know you skipped a video talking about preachings, but you spent a whole 2 hours viewing music or viewing WRC. Tumeona? That is why ukikaa sana kwa ya kwanza, when you start scrolling, they start flowing similar to what you have spent a lot of time. You understand? You know, sometimes we use Facebook to scroll too. There is a lot of algorithm, there is a lot of data, there is a lot of AI. Are we there? But now the problem is, when you've not mastered, when you've not paid attention to the detail, you will not actually know and take advantage of those AI, those algorithms, even to boost your business. Are we there? And we agreed here and said, it doesn't matter what age you are in. Anybody can do business. True or not true? You don't need to be 40 years for you to do business. Are we there? You don't need to be 50 years for you to do business. But there's something else that we said. I'm still doing a bit of recap. When you start a business today, you can run it for as long as you want. But we said there's something that we call scaling. You remember that term? S-C-A-L-I-N-G, to scale. What is scaling? Scaling is where you started a business, you are selling clothes online. You are physical, you know, you start with a physical shop. Umekaa hapo, you are waiting for people to come. They come. So every day you are depending on people who are showing up. When it rains, what happens? Do you still sell? Na ukileta bill ya jackets, alafu jua ichomoke, what happens? Do you still sell? Things start becoming problematic. Are we there? But what is scaling? This is what scaling is. You start a business with 10,000. You buy one phone, you start advertising it online, you get the first customer. You make your 1,000. Tomorrow, you make your 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Is it not possible for you to take advantage of all medias that we are talking about? You run adverts, and you actually sell to people who are in Eldoret. Is it not possible? It's possible. So who said that you must sell within the same platform? That is where technology now comes in. So you can start a business, you can do it, but for you to scale, for you to increase, for you to reach out to more people, if you don't adopt technology, forget about growth. Are we there? So now, that's where these cases comes in. But I hope by now, in our mind, we have started asking ourselves the data. Because we cannot talk about AI without data. Just forget about it. If you think you can utilize AI, but you don't have data, your biashara imeisha. Are we there? You must ask yourself, some people, I included, in my own phone, I was checking here before I start, I have 1240 contacts. 1,240. You can imagine? 1,000. Hiyo ni kanisa imejaa hivi na ikatoka mpaka nje. 1,240. You have a business. Before you even look for other people, what are you doing with that data? Because that is data you have. Are we there? What do you use it for? To upload a status. So when you status, yeah, WRC. Like a status, they comment, the story dies. Tomorrow you take a photo, you post, they comment, the story dies. For how long can you do that? For how long are you willing to misuse data? Because that is data misuse. Are we there? Some of these things, they look difficult because you have not started. You'll ask somebody, have you started anything? Are you selling anything? They tell you, I don't have capital. The same person, and I want you to audit. Go to your own M-Pesa and check how much money you've spent on bundles. Just go. Don't do so much. Just check how much you've spent on bundles. I can tell you, it is running in thousands of money. Studio. But what is the return? Because, you'll be told by pastor here, there's something called return on investment. Studio. You have invested bundles. What is the return? Studio. So going forward, before you buy bundles, I want you to always ask yourself, what is the return? What am I supposed to get back? Are we there? And that way, you'll start realizing that you have a lot of money, you have a lot of talent, you have a lot of tools that you are not taking advantage of. Are we there? So let's now roll. The first thing that I want us to look at, and a case that has been developed here, is, in fact, I want us to start with the business people today. Can we agree that? We start from the business side as we go to the other side. One of the major problems that AI is coming to solve is in what we call communication. Communication. And why would I say communication? Because communication is the backbone of anything else. Tumeelewana? Communication is the background of everything else. And why do I think so? You could correct me if I'm wrong. If you have a very good car that you intended to sell here, or you have a very good microphone, or a computer, if you cannot actually communicate to people that you have it, are you going to sell anything? It's over before it has started. Are we there? So, number one, your communication. For so many years, people would look for other people to help them write even a letter. Are you aware of that generation? Mtu anataka kuandika barua, but they are not confident about them. So what do? Look for another guy, namwambia niandikie. Mimi nakwambia ikiwa low. Wewe na wewe shabua. Are you still doing that today? It's over. It's past tense. Studio. AI is doing all that. Let's now take it further. When you have ability to communicate, now we need to automate communication. Are we there? We need to automate communication. And how do we automate communication? We just ask ourselves, how do I reach to my customers? With three major considerations. Number one, at their convenience. At their convenience means what? While they are relaxed. Or do you want to reach out to people selling them computers when they're in church? Are they going to buy? Yes, they will not buy. Because you are reaching out to them, you are doing the right thing, but in the wrong time. Are we there? At their convenience. Number two, using the right platform. Tumeelewana? Look at it this way. How does Safaricom communicate to you? SMS. Do you read them? is ushashoka na hizo vitu. By the way, when do they said? I want you to start investigating. Have you received that message? You wake up in the morning and you found that they sent at 12 usiku. Ama ujiulizagi hizo maswali we? Inakuaje? They only said you a message about you can buy credit. Immediately after you have sent somebody an M-Pesa message. Ama ujai realize? The moment you said somebody or you do an M-Pesa transaction, a few seconds later, pop, conveniently buy airtime. I want you to start studying that trade. You know, some of these things that we talk about here, today they will start making sense. Immediately, you said an M-Pesa transaction, another message from Safaricom follows up, telling you conveniently buy airtime. What are they trying to do? At that point, they now know two things. You are actively on your phone. Tumeona? You are actively on. Number two, you seemingly seem to have some money because you are already doing transactions. Is that convenience or not convenience? It's just a game of data and convenience. So first of all, convenience is very, very important, including the guys who said the church communication here. You cannot wake up 7 a.m., you remind people to pay tithe all of a sudden. Those people, they really wanted to pay, lakini hiyo saa ndio anashughulika mtoto naye amekataa kuvalia guo, mwingine naye amekatalia kwa washroom, basi ya shule nayo inapiga honi. Will that person focus? Will not focus. So number one, we need to ask ourselves, when is the most convenient time to do that communication? That alone can make a difference between one millionaire and another guy who is not selling anything. Tumeona? Number two, ask yourself, have you studied the pattern of that person? We have seen Google is studying the pattern. Are we there? Do you actually know the pattern of your customers? Do you know the pattern of your customers? Most of the time, we tend to ignore that fact. Are we there? So we say, when watakuja, watakuja. But always, we need to know the pattern of the customer. Are we there? And how do you study the pattern? I'll show you here. Number three is, what is it that you communicate and how? What is it that you communicate and how? Because in this case, somebody has just said they don't read Safaricom messages. So, what happens if I still do the same? By the way, let's do a survey. A survey. Can we do a survey very quickly? How many times do you check your messages deliberately? Checking your messages. How many times in a day? Like how many times in a day? Just an average. We're going to say 0. Can it be that bad? Okay. WhatsApp. How many times do you check your WhatsApp? Can I scare you? Can I tell you something very funny? You are not in control of checking your WhatsApp. You are absolutely not in control. You just find yourself, you've taken your phone, you've put your password, and you are on WhatsApp, checking absolutely nothing. You find a message, you reply to. Get that? So let nobody lie to you that you are in control. It's involuntary. Are we there? So then, when I'm reaching out to my customers, where should I focus? As simple as that. I don't need to go into a lot of I just need to know that people have a bad habit of checking WhatsApp even when they are in church. If you want to communicate to people, hata ukisimama pale when you are preaching and you want them to get a message, it's not even the mic. That one I can tell you. If you send a WhatsApp message, pap, to church members, have that number, we will receive that message. Light there and then. That is how bad it is. So what is that? It is a habit. Are we there? So now, as business people, as young people, when you know that people have that habit, what do we do about it? We must make advantage of that habit. Are we there? Now, we have artificial intelligence. So we have seen 3 things that people have struggled with before. Message. We have realized we no longer have a problem with message. Are we there? We have realized we don't have now a problem with identifying the pattern. We already know the pattern and the habit. Are we there? So then, the only thing that now we need to do is to ask ourselves, what are these platforms that we can use to take advantage? Are we there? What we have there, maybe we can go to that system. If you look at that system, is 100% AI powered. By the way, how much does it cost to send a message, a normal message? Sometimes a bob, studio. WhatsApp. Right now, how much are you spending on WhatsApp? You are all connected to the church. Or you think we don't know? All these people are now connected to the Wi-Fi. So how much are you paying? Sometimes very little. Are we there? But let's go back to the side of the sender. If I'm to send one message to all of you, it will cost me 1 bob per person. What if I send a WhatsApp message? Sometimes close to nothing. Are we there? So it's convenient. Studio. Number 1 is less costly. You are taking advantage of so many other factors. Are we there? So that system that you see here has a number of things, and these are plug and play things. Number 1, it has a dashboard. You can see it has a dashboard. I hope I can read. It's telling me messages sent today, delivery rate, active chat, and response time. Tuanze na ya kwanza. You are a business person, studio, and you have contacts of all the people in NAKURU. You've crafted a message telling them that you've opened a new bill. You've sent to them. Number 1, you can be able to tell how many messages have been sent from that broadcast. Tumeelewana? Just looking at it. Are we there? Number 2, it is telling you what? Delivery rate. There is no errors. AI don't have room for errors. It's able to tell you that out of all the messages you have sent, what was the delivery rate? So ukikaa kwa nyumba yako, you already know out of 10,000 people that I've reached out to, 70% have received the message. Number 3, active chats shows you, because it is able to, you're able to see all the people who are doing responding and ordering and all that. You can see them there. And the last one is the average response time. And that is very important. And I'll tell you why. Average response time, let's pick an example. I've sent you a message telling you that I'm selling my phone. All of you. One person responded tomorrow, another person responded now. Where are you going to pay attention to? Kwa nini? Because by default, the person who responds faster demonstrates interest. See, it's as simple as that. Number 2, we can go to the templates that we have maybe. You see what will happen, later we will show you. You can actually, this system doesn't require you to sit down and think about the message. You see the normal English that you speak, the Swahili that you speak. In fact, we call it multilingual. Studio, watu wa Kiingereza. Multilingual means it can recognize any language. So ikuwa ulisoma, ikuwa hukusoma. The only thing you need to know is a simple message. I have a new bill that I need to reach to my customers. You write it in Kiswahili, write it in English. The AI's work there is very simple. It will create for you a message with how many sentences? 3. Not just a message, a professionally written message. watu ile side ingine wana receive message and they are wondering, oh my God, she must have hired a corporate manager from Nairobi University. At that point, you have no idea, you have no clue about that message. The only thing you know is that you can create your own template. Are we there? So what is the whole power around this? It takes advantage of artificial intelligence to help you do what? Number one, predict. By the way, later we will demonstrate to you how it even tells you when is the right time to send that message. You understand that? So that you don't wake up and send a message to people when they are eating supper. It will try to predict to you, this time is more convenient. This time, don't send. This time you can, it will give you all those scenarios without you actually understanding. Are we there? Let's ask ourselves, maybe you can go to the chat, something has happened to the screen. Oh, maybe we can go to the chat, we see whether we have any chat there. I don't know whether we have any. Good. We can go to the suggested replies on the right. You see that? Let's move up just a bit. You see what is happening? I hope you can see. Somebody has said, hello, thank you for reaching out to us. You see on the right, what AI assistant, can you see the AI assistant on the right? What is it doing? It is actually giving you like 10 possible replies. So what is your role in that case? We said, human in the loop. Your work is very simple. Looking at those suggestions, which one would you like to respond with? You hit it to respond. What is your work in the whole program? Is more of supervisory, checking. Is it actually doing the right thing? Is it responding? Is it, you set it, you go. If you automate that process and you sleep, it will now, AI itself will decide, I respond to this, I respond with this. You wake up in the morning, you send 10,000 messages, you have 150 responses, and all of them, the conversation was happening at night as you sleep. You see that? And we did that last time here when we opened our WhatsApp and we tried to ask a question. It's responding at its own time. Are we there? Real time. Now imagine a situation where you said that message to 10,000 people, because some of these people here seated here, you'll start seeing them do that. Watu wako na data mingi. Shida ni how do we use it? You said 10,000. I want you to create that scenario in your mind. You said 10,000 messages, and all those people decided to reply. How long are you taking to reply to them? To reach out to them? Will you actually ever reply to them? You'll never. Your maboy may. That means with this kind of systems, AI powered, you can actually automate end-to-end of customer inquiries. Tumeona? Somebody will ask me, okay, I agree with that, but now I want to create a poster. How will I create a poster and I'm not a graphic designer? Yeah, I think he has asked a question. Maybe we can ask a question just to demonstrate. Maybe you can ask just one question. You can just, good afternoon. Is it afternoon or evening? Good afternoon. I want you to realize. Good afternoon. Let's see what it will tell us. I hope it will not take a lot. Good. How can I assist you? Maybe you can ask, do you have IT courses? Do you offer, you are typing the wrong place. Do you offer IT courses? Do you offer IT courses? We just want to see what it will tell us. Do you offer IT courses? Let's see what it will tell us. Good. By the way, do you think there is somebody responding at that speed on the other side? Kuna, haiwezekani. Maybe you can just ask, how can I enroll? Can I enroll? It can ask answer any question that you think about while you sleep. It has given you the link to go ahead and apply anything you want to ask at the comfort of your. In this case, yes, somebody is asking whether this the usual WhatsApp. Yes, it is. The only thing that has happened, it has been programmed with artificial intelligence. Then it has been trained. Maybe you can open the dashboard where there is the numbers. We agreed that these things are not done in UK. Studio, just here. Where you have the numbers, the system for putting the numbers. Where you activate the numbers, those numbers. And by the way, you see it's already giving you analytics. Let's stop there. It's telling you how many users, how many conversations, text messages, Nigapi, 16,090. By the way, can you know all that information from your WhatsApp? No more. It's impossible. Let's go to where you have the numbers. Where you can enable them. You see, they're just there. All those numbers have been automated. You text any number there, it has already been trained to just respond. To mean, if you take JCC number, you train it about JCC, you embed it there. When people ask anything about JCC, it will now auto-respond. And you come and you can check how many people responded, you can see the responses, you can see what they are engaged. But remember at that time, you are basically asleep. The only thing you are doing is what we said the other time, human in the loop. Are we there? That must be there. So it doesn't need to be very complicated, as simple as that. So that is the normal WhatsApp. When we move on, now at that point, we have been able to see three things. We've been able to see a chatbot. We have been able to see AI assistant. Have you seen the AI assistant? Maybe you can just go back there. Isikuwe kuna mtu amepitwa. We see, so that we see how assistants work. And then I'll give more scope of what assistants do. Let's go to Avox, the responses. Let's go to the charts. That AI assistant there. Can I give you another scenario? It can actually tell you, analyze and tell you, what is the feeling of the respondent. How are they feeling at that point? Like now you see that one is telling us the person is neutral. It studies the response of that person. You know, there's a way you can respond to a message. I already know you are annoyed with me. True or not true? It tries to psychometric test the response. So you can actually tell, hii message nilitumia watu, how are they feeling about it? So next time when you are sending, you don't just send the same message. You know that people didn't like that message. That is what we call an AI assistant. What are the possibilities around AI assistant? If we are to ask ourselves, possibilities around AI assistant. Some of us struggle with reading. True or not true? You want to learn something, you want to read a Bible, the entire thing is a struggle, because since you are born, you know the excuses people have. Since I was born, I've never liked reading. Now we have been told in Bible study that we need to read a lot of. Some other people, you send them an email, they tell you I didn't see an email. So you have heard of those stories. That is now where AI assistants come in. AI assistant can actually go check your emails, tell you that you have an email that you need to respond to through your message. You see that? You receive a message, an email. At that point, you've not seen the email, yet it's urgent. You can program it and tell my AI assistant, every time you see an email coming from Pastor Andrew, notify me through message. I don't know you're understanding. Notify me through. So the chances of me ever missing an email from him are close to 0. Are we there? It can go ahead and tell you that I want you to be reminding me to call all my customers every Friday. You understand that? So your message will prompt you. You need to call your customers. That is, an AI assistant is like a human being. Are we there? And this human being, you tell it, I want you to be doing this on my behalf. Are we there? Including responding to messages. That's why you notice, in this case, it's responding to messages. Are we there? So there are billions of possibilities around an assistant. The only thing you need to do is ask yourself, what is my struggle? How do I need AI assistant to help me? Tumeelewana? Those are the possibilities around what we call an AI assistant. So when we think about it, the other thing that I wanted us to really look at, allow me to go back to my notes. The other thing that I wanted us to look at is on content creation around business. How many people struggle with content? There's something you really want to communicate to people. You don't know how to do the poster. You tell the graphic designer is not understanding you. You know all those struggles. Those are now the things that we call content creation. And how you cannot do content creation when you don't have the idea in your mind. Are we there? So where does it start? Human in the loop. And if you notice, I'm repetitively talking about that. So I've tried not to use any paid account because I don't expect you to go and pay. I have paid accounts, but for the demo, I want us to use free tools, things that you can also use. Are we there? So there is JCC. Maybe we want to create a poster. Let him zoom. And remember what we said, eh? This, you don't copy and paste. So you create yours at your own time. This is called Gemini, and these people know it. It's called Gemini. Free. Yes, it has a free tool. So in this case, maybe we can go to the prompt, and you see the prompt that we had. What is the prompt? Create, last time we talked about prompting, Sirio. Create a professional engaging poster on JCC Nakuru based on the following information. Serving with purpose, studying firm in faith. Hey, Edgar, you knew the Bible this way. Always abounding in the work of the Lord. Therefore, move down. You want to see? Can move down. Looking up for Now, stop there. You see, I've given it a prompt. I've told it, I've conceptualized, this is what I want to achieve. Tumeelewana? So in this case, let's say you sell banana, you sell shoes. Your prompt will be about what you do. Are we there? Then, look at what it's telling us. Thinking. Teremuka. Then it thought. And it gave us that. Then it talks, it produced the first design. You see those people? Do they look like a congregation? There's even a pastor in it has even assumed there is a pastor with a suit and a blue tie, to an extent of even matching the coat with the tie. And then first of all, did you see it? Anybody telling it to put a picture? No. But a poster must have a photo. So you can actually go to the extent of telling it who are these people you want on the poster. Let's move down. But Padajukido, I want us to analyze that one. Oh, there's another poster below there. Yeah, let's go to the final one. Good. Twende juu kidogo. JCC Nakuru, it has put a logo, move down. It has put the logo, Jesus Celebration Center, serving with purpose, studying firm in faith, always abounding in the work of the Lord. It has gone ahead, it has put some people. Can you see how the quote looks like? You see, therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast and all that. it puts a design. Tumeona? It goes ahead, let's move down, and then it puts word, faith, teaching, what the church does, word and faith teaching, worship, prayer and intercession, evangelism, children and youth, community service. Let's move down. Location, Nakuru Central. Did we put that information anywhere? It did its own research through the website. It picks the data, puts it there. And then it goes Church of Excellence. I don't know whether that's the motto. Church of Excellence. Then it gives the location. How long does it take to generate that poster? Sometimes 2 seconds, depending on the speed of your internet. Get that? So now let's go back a little bit. When you are sending the message on WhatsApp, you needed to send a poster. Do you need a graphic designer to do that? By the way, Joseph can tell us how much graphic designers used to earn a few months ago. One poster, you had to pay, depending on the competence of the person, you had to pay either 500 or 1,000. Now guys, people who are also thinking to go and become graphic designers, are you still pursuing that career? Guys, are you pursuing it? Watu washaanza kusheka. That is how bad AI is doing. If you are not careful with your career, you'll wake up one day, pap, a prompt is doing what you've been doing. What you learned in school 4 years, in a click of a minute. That is a poster that has been generated. Tumeona? So, I want you to imagine this. I can hear mamas. People are saying, maybe it was uploaded. No. That has been generated. At your own time, we can give you that prompt. You put your Gemini, so you have it. Put the prompt and see what you'll get. You don't need to hire a graphic designer in this era to generate a poster for you. Is an AI platform. Yes. Free version available. Anybody can use it anytime. Yes. Is a tool, is owned by Google. Is owned by Google. The same Google that knows all your information. They created their own AI tool. The problem is not the tool. The problem is how do you use it? That is very critical. Are we there? How do you use it? Now, moving forward, that is a photo. Let's ask ourselves, does it have possibilities? Because, by the way, I like doing a survey. What do you like most, a poster or a video? For marketing or for promotion? Video. Let's ask ourselves, do we have possibilities around video creation? Studio. Because the other thing, I can see a guy there with a video. This guy can tell you what it meant to generate a promotional video. You needed a crew. Studio. First of all, a camera. Studio. You need cameras. Number 2, you needed a crew. You needed to create a script. People needed to put in a certain type of clothes. You come and you start shooting the whole day. Take 1, take 2, take 3. Then the guy who was editing shows up, tell you, I think we made a mistake. A lot of hassle. But where are we headed? Can we create now videos with AI? The other day I demonstrated an animated video here. It's all AI tools. And we ask ourselves, maybe Edgar, we can go to video. You see the video? Just an AI generated video. Maybe you can try playing it before we see the... Is there another one? Can see 2 maybe. Can play the other one, is version 2. I think God wants. Can you believe there is no camera work there? Nobody has touched a camera. Nobody has touched a camera. It's all, maybe you can Move to the other one. Play that, you see. It has even put can you see the guitarist? They're somewhere in a corner. Now imagine this video. The only thing you need to do now is to put a voice, and it can actually put the voice for you, and you promote what you want to promote. That is a possibility. That's a demo for the church. But it can create anything that you think you want to create, and you do your own promotion at your own time. Tumeona? You do your own promotion at your own time. The only advantage you have is that now you know. There are people who don't know. And by the way, according to study, it's going to take 18 years before people come into terms with the realities of artificial intelligence. 18 years. If you are 20 today, how old will you be? Hey, you'll be... Kuna mwingine amestuka sababu yako 48 saa hii, sasa anaongeza 20 anashindwa sasa itakuaje. But imagine if you take advantage of those tools today. My good friend, you take advantage of what you know and other people don't know. Where does that leave you? People will see you like a wizard. You make a lot of money. Seriously. You train people, you generate your own revenue, and before you know it, you are done. Are we there? A week ago, I think like 2 weeks ago, there was a call like the one I showed you the other time here for people to just apply. Microsoft was looking for 20 people in Kenya, young people. So long as you have some expertise in AI. You know what they wanted to do? They take you to Nairobi for 4 days. They pay you. You understanding? They pay you, they train you, then you come back to Nairobi. They give you money to start looking for youth to train. So you now have that knowledge. We applied how many? I think 4 people. 4 people applied that are known to me. Out of the 4, a very simple query. Demonstrate to us your competence in AI, full stop. You know that's an open question. You can actually upload a video, you can have nothing, anything. You see that? Out of all those 4 people, in Kenya, how many Kenyans do we have? A lot of people, studio. But they are looking for only 20 people. Are we there? Edgar, in his own wisdom, I told him, apply for this thing. He applied. Tomorrow, I think for the next 4 days, he's just in Nairobi in a hotel, seated, being treated by Microsoft, then later come. What does it take? A simple issue. You knowing there is that opportunity, studio, and taking advantage of that opportunity. And I gave you a challenge. After this, make sure you go to the pastor through the back door and tell him, I think I need a way of proving I attended this seminar. Studio. Because, believe me you, in the next few years, that simple certificate or showing that you participated here can actually change your life. As simple as that. Are we there? So ukimaliza, mimi sijasema atawapatia. Uzunguke hivyo, uende unaokumwambie nafikiria unipe certificate of participation. There are many opportunities that are lined up. Are we there? And what are they looking for? Just you demonstrating that you have interest in artificial intelligence. How do you demonstrate? Simple mathematics. You have already attended, so the other part that you need to do is to go to the pastor and talking to him. The other part that we have not talked, we have talked about posters, we have talked about video, audio. Can it generate audio? Edgar, is it able to generate audio? Now the problem is the sound. That might be a struggle. But I want to confirm to you that the same exact prompts can actually give you an audio. So in that case, do we have a struggle of marketing? Content, are you struggling to create? You are creating it at the comfort of your phone. Posters, videos, the means of broadcasting. Do you have it? Do you have a way of telling people that going forward, I'm doing A, B, C, D? Do you have that means? You have the means. So why have you not started doing business? Kwa nini hujaanza? Will you say the same thing? Capital. Najua ndio jibu. You ask anybody, why have you not started a business? The same answer, chorus answer, capital. And I told you the other day, that doesn't exist. It doesn't start with the capital. It starts with the idea and the preparedness. I showed you calls here. Give people getting free money. And by the way, after that, I received, Joseph asked me for that. So many people have applied. And I can assure, from the crowd that we had here, and I can assure you, they wanted 10,000 people. Out of that group, I can assure you, JCC will have 2 or 3, somehow. As simple as knowing it exists. Are we there? The next thing, because we demonstrated to everybody. By the way, let's be serious here. See, everybody saw that. Did everybody apply? That is how it starts. You saw an opportunity, but you decided that maybe that one is meant for another person. That is the tragedy we are having in Kenya, where everybody think that is supposed to be done by another person. There's a few people reached out through Joseph asking for that poster, and I realized, hey, could be these guys have started applying. There's also another group that was just another presentation. I said, here, 238,000. You cannot start a business with that money. You can start, studio. But that's why I insisted the other time, some of these tools, they will never wake up somewhere and tell you that you can actually start a business with me. They'll never tell you that. It is you to ask yourself, how can I do it? Are we there? You get so hungry, to an extent you look for Edgar, you tell him, Bana, can you just tell me how these things are done? I also want to know. Are we there? You get customer 1, 5,000. Customer 2, 5,000. Before you know it, you have 15 customers who are asking you questions around how can I utilize AI in my business. Are we there? And I told you, and I want to repeat here, sometimes you don't necessarily need to do it yourself. That's where sometimes people get it wrong. Tumeelewana? You don't need to do it yourself. Who is the CEO of Safaricom? Do you know him? CEO of Safaricom ni nani? The guy is called Peter Dego. Is he an IT person? I want to go and look at his background. Is he an IT person? He has absolutely nothing to do with IT. Can I tell you what he was doing before going to Safaricom? He was a CEO of an alcohol company called Diageo. Then later, Kenya Breweries. Tumeona? Today, does that make him not the head of Safaricom? So let nobody tell you that AI is meant for the tech people. That is a total lie. Are we there? AI, technology, for you to run a marketing agency, for example, do you need to be the marketer yourself? You just need to know this can be done, this, then this. Then you tell another person who you think can be a marketer, maybe I have an idea, let's do it. They do it, where kazi yako ni kuangalia. Are we there? So there are 2 ways. You can do it, you can look for another person to do it for you. Are we there? So let's not be in the illusion of, I need to be a tech guy, sijui nivalia kofia inakaaje, I start getting behind the computer. You can do all those things, and you don't know even where to log in to all those things. You don't need to know. You just need to know there's AI, it is doing A, B, C, D, and this is what I can utilize it for. Tumeona? So you come out tumeona, mambo ya tech tutoe. Are we there? This one has nothing to do with technology. Technology is just an enabler. Going forward, we need to ask ourselves another question. A very important question, note taking. And I can see a lot of people here has books, all those things. Notes are good. Or maybe before we go to notes, let's ask ourselves about our own studies. Today, I understand the topic was becoming rich towards God. Is that so? What do you do with that information after here? Can I tell you what happens to many people? They forget it almost immediately. Are we there? They forget it. And who do we blame for forgetting? I'm using that as an example because in our life we learn every day. Sidio? Sikila siku tunasoma. Today you are here, tomorrow some of these guys are in university, others are in colleges and all those kind of things. What happens after you are done with the classes? You get notes, you write them down. Is it a struggle or not struggle? I don't know whether you've been in a school where the lecturer shows up 2 weeks to exam with a notebook, with a book of 400 pages. Have you been in those scenarios? And you're wondering, so what should I do? Should I defer? Should I read this thing? You start wondering what to do. Are we there? What are the possibilities of AI? How can AI help us in those scenarios? And that's what I want us to look at. If you look at this, is labeled what? JCC? Church. Sidio? You can actually create your own. It doesn't have to be anywhere. You just know, notebook them, create yours, load all your notes. You see all the notes that you have? Just load them. AI will start teaching you one by one. How? Let's look at maybe mind map to start with. It's about what you've been taught today. Sawa sawa? And then we see. It's telling us becoming rich towards God. That was the topic, right? And then money as a test. Was there something like that? As a test. Click the first one. We want to see. It will study for you. You can expert. Money as a test. Test of faithfulness, unrighteous, mammon, earthly wealth versus true, all those things. So what has it done? It has taken all the sermon that was done today. AI has created it and recreated it. So at your own time, you can interact with anything at any given time. Maybe we can click one. Lessons from Luke 12. 20 lessons from Luke 12. I don't know. I don't want to be very confident. You are the one who know whether those are the things. Possibility of plentiful yield, managing surplus, making room for expansion, hearing God in purpose. Now, if you want to actually go ahead and learn more, if you managing surplus, it will go ahead and give you the whole thing that was taught. That can apply to biology, English, Kiswahili, mathematics, anything that you learn on daily basis. Do you still need to struggle with learnings? You don't. Let's pick one example. Let's go to, you see, if I want now more information about a certain thing, discuss these sources. It will give you now the whole thing about what was taught. So if your struggle is in a certain area, you just need to create an account, upload it, be it a Bible, be it anything, it will do that for you. Let's go to something else. Maybe you can just go back to studio. We see any other possibility. It can actually create for you. Let's just move up. Down, down, down just a bit. It can actually create for you an audio of the whole teaching. As you drive, you listen to the whole thing. It can, don't generate, it will take a bit of time. Let's look at, have you created flashcards? Maybe. You can look at flashcards. Wale watu wanapenda brainstorming. And I decided to do this because of the youth. They are the ones who are sometimes struggling with these education things. You are doing CPA and the whole thing is just difficult. Angalia hiyo, inatuliza aje? According to Luke 12, what happened to the rich man on the very night he planned his? It's supposed to be his or something. Let's move on. Let's see the answer. His soul was required of him. Move to another question. It will now pick questions. It will create questions and answers instantly. Whether you are doing CPA or whatever, it will help you learn the whole concept. So you can cross that, then we can ask ourselves. I hope now students will not have any other struggle. You just need to create an account, put your content there. From there, you can be studying anything, anytime through AI. Are we there? Including creating videos. It can create even videos for you for that class entirely. Are we there? And your work is just to follow through. Let's go to the AI tutor, for example. I want to show you all those possibilities. AI tutor. Good. There's a tutor. Maybe you can zoom a bit. Siku hizi mtu akipata rifaa, hata yeye alikuwa ameamua tu. Hii kitu mimi sitaki. Look at all that. You just come here. We give you, move up just a bit. You see up, down, down, up. Where is up and down? Just scroll down. Let's use that simple language. You see all those things, all the courses that you can think about. You just need to create it. Let's say, an example, you want to learn cybersecurity or AI. Studio. Let's look cybersecurity. Let's pick cybersecurity, for example. You don't know anything about cybersecurity, so you want to start learning cybersecurity. Look at the powers of AI. You see that? At that point, you can ask anything you think and you want to learn about cybersecurity. Anything and everything about cybersecurity. That can apply to your CPA, can apply to anything that you are learning. Let's just ask one question, maybe, for them to see how it interacts. Just any question, even define cybersecurity. We hope it will be fast. Good. Look at that. It has not only defined for you cybersecurity, it has gone ahead and given you the principles of cyber security. Are we there? Let's say, by the way, traditionally, when you are learning something, it meant you create your own questions, or the teacher gives you questions. You take to the teacher marks, give you the. Are we still living in that era? The answer is no. Let's take a quiz very fast as we conclude. Take a quiz. Look at that. Whatever you are learning, you just tell it topic. Maybe give it introduction to cybersecurity. Introduction to cybersecurity. Anything that you are learning. This is how powerful AI can be sometimes. Introduction to cybersecurity. How many questions? 5. Just pick 5. Then, you can even choose whether you want them simple or difficult. Put the hard. Generate quiz. Remember, who is generating the quiz here? Is it a teacher? 100% AI. Has it generated the quizzes? Answer them very quickly. Don't answer just tick anything. It should tell us whether you are right or wrong. The student does that at the comfort of their home. You don't need a teacher. Move down, submit. Submit. See what has happened. By the time you click submit, it has already marked and told you your score. Now, let's move up. Up, down, up. It has told us what? You've scored 40%. It has also told us, let's move down. It has gone ahead and told us in question 1, you selected C, the right answer was this. So, do you need to struggle with education any longer? In that topic alone, you have possibility of generating 40 questions. You attempt them and you complete. Those are the possibilities that we are having. Let me ask you, can I ask you a question? How many kids are struggling with education in NAKURU alone? So many. Can you imagine approaching parents with that kind of a tutor? Naida tu namwambia, by the way, I've created a tutor. Wewe kazi yako ni rahisi. Umetafuta tu content. Hizo vitu zote. Is that content available? It's available everywhere. You create it. You go to the parents, you tell them, I have this system that your kid can use to revise. What happens? Are you in making money or not making money? Actually, parents will be looking for you. You'll not be looking for parents. Parents will be looking for you. Are we there? So can we agree you can actually start with no capital? Do you need capital for that? Absolutely nothing. So those are just examples. And because of time, I want to beg to stop there, but we'll share a lot of links later through Joseph for you to be able to do exploration. But what is my call today to you? My call is very simple. In fact, I only have three. One, AI is not for tech people. Tumeona mpaka hapo? It has nothing to do with tech people. Are we there? Number two, it is much better when it's not crowded. Are we there? If you go to this conference and you meet 150,000 youths from Nakuru, I can tell you there is absolutely no opportunity in that. The same way, if you start a business, I don't know whether you've been told that, if today you come up with a business idea, and everybody you tell about the business idea, they are telling you, wow, that is the best business idea, forget about that thing. It's too common, and it's everywhere. Good things, good business ideas, they are so crazy to an extent, people don't think they can ever work. Are we there? So the fact that you are few presents you a bigger opportunity, because now even the other youths, the whole church can become your customer. They don't know, but you know. So first of all, before you look for the market, you already have the market. Those people who went home are your customer number one. But if you're not careful, you still continue sitting with them. There's something you know, there's something they don't know. Elon Musk, you know what he has been trying to do? To take people to space. Can you believe that? He has been telling people, by the way, we are going to create a livelihood in Mars and space. People told him, Bana, you are crazy, including NASA, who has been doing research for years. What did he do? Sooner or later, zika collapse gapi. Ya mwisho ilifanya nini? Ilipenetrate mpaka huko. That is how it looks like. So even in this game, it's going to be not so easy as you start. But the moment you start mastering utilization of AI, I can assure you, I can tell you, it will get to a point where you are making the decision, who should I work with, who should I not work with. You don't need a degree, you don't need masters, you don't need nothing. The only thing you need is what you've done today. Then explore further. Are we there? The moment you explore further, you'll start now realizing every single day there's something that you are discovering. Are we there? And what you are discovering is basically what people are looking for. Are we there? And what does that do? It creates an opportunity for you. Are we there? So way forward, very simple. Take an action. Are we there? I shared a poster here. Young people, a lot of application. I can give you even 80 if you need them tomorrow. Organizations. There is one Erasmus that came in yesterday looking for 120 youths in Kenya who can be trained on AI to go and help farmers. Understand that? Now, when you see that kind of a call, do you wait it for another person? That's your opportunity. Are we there? When you see another one telling you that you can actually learn something and then you start a business, you hear there is another one that they want to train people to go and train in incubators. That is now your opportunity. Are we there? And why is it an opportunity? People are still scared of artificial intelligence, be it in business, be it in colleges, be it in universities. In fact, many teachers who are still teaching and professors have no clue about artificial intelligence. So what are we expecting of the graduates? If you are not careful, are you going to have anything? You'll graduate and you'll meet AI in the field, but you've already met it. So that makes you sometimes better than that graduate. You understand? Makes you better. you can actually consult for a graduate. Akuje umwambie, I know something that you don't know. Are we there? As I close, let's all learn to commercialize our talent, our knowledge, and our competencies. Tumeona? And what is to commercialize? Now you know you can create a graphic design. Do you go creating it in the entire of Nakuru for people for free? Do you do that? Now you need to ask yourself, what I know, because everybody knows something, how do I start making a living out of that? Are we there? You see those machines that you see there? There's a guy I know in Kenya, and some of you know him, DJ Bull. You know him. How much is he paid per night? And he only does that thing this way. Then holds it, release it. How much does he earn? Can I give you a clue? 250 per night. Not 250 shillings. 250,000 per night. I want to do computation, studio. Per night. Since 2018, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What does he do? He only know one thing, that there is a way I can hold the music isimame, alafu niongeze ingine niachilie zitoke zo. Are we not able to do such things? We can do that. What does it take? Courage. And to start today. Are we there? So can we commit to start? So that in the next 1 year, you can actually start somewhere and say that out of the small origination that was done, this is where I am. If only 3 people, by the way, to Pastor, if only 3 people are able to take advantage and do something, it's all worth it. We don't need a crowd. Only how many people? 3 people. So the question is, will you be one among the 3? Thank you.
Wow. Hallelujah. Thank you. Let's appreciate Mr. Patrick. Wow. How many of you have genuinely learned a lot? You know, I am decades older than some of you, and I'm still thinking, at my age, how can I utilize this in ministry, in my businesses? And I've already seen a number of ways that I'm going to use this. And Brother Patrick, we sincerely appreciate you, together with Edgar. Let's clap for them nicely. Let me see as a sign that you were able to learn something these 2 sessions we've had. How are you going to utilize AI in your business, career, whatever, in your own private setting? Lift up your hand. For me, one of the things I'll do, imenionyesha vile naweza acha kutegemea watu kunidesignia ma poster zangu za meetings. And you know at times how they can hold you ransom. You have to wait for 3 days, 5 days to get your flyer design. And then because over years I've taught a lot online, there are times in the spur of the moment I'm thinking tomorrow I should teach couples on this, but I don't have someone to design for me a flyer in good time. And so I'm just thinking to myself how I can perfect the use of AI in designing posters in the spur of the moment and be able to call people together for such a class. And nimesikia na wewe mko mkilipa 500, you were paying much more over the years. We were paying much more. In fact, there was one gentleman, he used to charge us 3,000 per flyer. 3,000. But per design. And it was good because he was making the hay while the sun was shining. Now the sun has stopped shining, so they say in Swahili, amwamshaye. Wanasema amwamshaye nani? Ni amwamshaye mbwa ama ni amwamshaye nani? Amwamshaye aliyelala atalala mwenyewe. So we have woken up, and maybe it's their time to think of another way of making money from us, because that one, tushatoka budget yao. And I love something you said, that it's a lie when we say AI will not replace people in their jobs. But actually AI may not replace you in your job, but people who know AI are the ones who will replace you. I think I got that from you the other time when you were here. So, Paul, in your printing business now, you'll move faster, AI. We used to pay to a guy in Nairobi 3,000 some years back for flyer designs. At least ulikuwa unatufanyanga free. Ama hata ulikuwa unatucharge.
Okay, me, I'm a graphic designer. I've been doing it almost free for even my church and also some other ministry.
Yes.
There's a ministry I was doing 4 flyers for free.
Yeah.
Just the other day, they chose me and they gave me a buddy ticket that I can fly anywhere and I just pay quarter of the amount.
Wow.
If I'm paying 300,000, I just have to pay only 75,000.
Please enjoy it before they learn AI. Before they can learn how to do, please enjoy it. Of course, Paul has done for us for free. The guy who was charging us 3,000 was a guy in Nairobi, and he did that for years. So let me hear from some few people. How will you use it? I've said how I'll use it. Let me hear from some few people. Yes, Frank. To create websites. All right. Emmanuel. Making music videos. He's a rapper. Are they called rappists or rappers? Rappers, of course. Who else can tell us how they use it? Mwangi, how can we use AI in the salon? I'm just joking. How can we use AI for music? Yeah, it's a good thought to have. Is it blessing or blessed? Blessed. How are you going to use AI? For personal branding. You start advertising yourself. For career, for prospective, yes. All right, that's nice. Yes, young man. You can use it for farming, yeah? You use AI for farming. To generate videos. All right, let me hear from some few more.
Yeah. Hi. It's me talking.
Oh, Christine, yes.
Okay, I'm interested in that bit they said about AI in farming.
In farming.
But as for now,
yeah,
I think I'll use it for masomo. There's a project that I've been doing, and
yes.
I've been relying on the young tax to do it for me, but I think I'm a bit confident now.
That's good. But it's good to be careful because there is what they've come out. Is it like reverse engineering? Where if it is academic work, they can actually tell if you used AI at any point. But the thing I like about AI, even in academia, is that it can give you the flow, the structure, and then you can then, without plagiarizing, use your own language, but at least they gave you the layout. For example, if you're preparing for a thesis, it will tell you how your chapter 1 should be like chapter 2, your chapter 3, how you should structure your literature review. I mean, it can tell you the latest APA 7th formatting method, but then the examiner will want to hear your voice. Sindio, the human in the room. But you can use it in academia a lot. Yeah. Faith, for the people with special needs, AI. She's a teacher for the deaf. Is there a way you can use AI for the deaf? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So, like preparing the schemes of work, the lesson plan.
Yeah.
Instead of every year repeating, preparing schemes because of the diverse needs of the learners. Yeah. You just prompt the AI. You tell the AI you have this kind of learner and this kind of learner.
All right.
Then the AI will prepare the schemes for you.
All right.
And you go through it. If it's wrong, you tell it, and then it will rectify.
All right.
Yeah.
It's good. It will help you figure out that. Anybody else? Mrs. Kirui, Umeona AI utatumia kufanya landscaping. So you like landscaping?
Yes.
Do you know one thing they keep sending me? I think my algorithm, if I take my phone right now, if I go to Reels, they'll keep showing me one video after the other of landscaping. How to turn such an empty compound into a nice landscaped area. The waterfalls, the swimming pool, the types of flowers to use, and all that. And I'm thinking because you're passionate about those things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will help me to do also research in farming.
All right.
I like doing horticulture
Okay.
and poultry.
All right.
Yes.
It
So
can.
I need to know more.
You need to know more. I think what, Patrick, you have achieved, besides teaching us a lot on AI, is to arouse a curiosity in us. I think these 2 sessions are very successful to me because we have gotten a preview into a world of AI that we were ignorant of, and we have many lingering questions. How can I use it? I think that was a success in itself, that we've been left curious. And I'm thinking maybe you offer private coaching. Do you have an institution? Is it like does it offer online sessions? It's commercial break now.
Yeah, thank you. So
Yes.
there are a number of items and things that we do. Number
Yeah.
one, we have a course.
Yeah.
And I think he started. It's absolutely free. You learn the whole content about artificial intelligence.
Oh, it's free?
Yeah.
Where can we get it?
Maybe we'll just project it.
My darling, able do that. Welcome, Pastor Jaoko.
Maybe it will be projected and then people would just apply.
Yeah.
You'll be able to learn from head to head, asynchronous, to mean it's teaching you through the process. That's number one. Number two, we do a lot of developments around AI. And for developments, what we do is, of course, we have already said there's a process. So we walk through that process with the customer until we get to the point of touching the machine. So we don't start coding before we actually know what we are doing. So in terms of reaching to us out, we have a website called Africa Tech Space.
Okay.
Africa Tech Space.
All
And
right.
yes, and maybe I can just give a number. 0721. 0721.
So that's the number for...
I'll personally handle that.
Okay.
Then I'll give another number for 0721 236 204. 236 204. But we are going to put the code for people to scan. Then
All right.
you're able to learn. Now all the things we have talked about, they are all packed there. Takes
All right.
you an average of 3-4 weeks.
All right.
You are done.
That's okay, Bwana Mwai. Thank you so much. Anyone else who wanted to say how they use AI? Yes, Teresa. Good afternoon.
Personally, I love writing, and so many of my movies have been acted somewhere, simply because getting people together so that they can do the acting, so that you can monetize it, is normally something that it's so hard. But now I want to now do it with the animation. Of course, I was telling her I've already started, so there are some bits that maybe can assist, especially when it comes to voicing, the audio bit. But I have so many scripts.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. We have the contacts, of course, as well, so you can go ahead and do that. Pastor Jaoko, welcome. We were just finishing our AI session. And have you been glad that you attended these 2 sessions? All right. Father, we thank you for ministering to us. We ask you to bless and replenish Mr. Patrick Mwai and Edgar and Joseph and all these young people and not so young people. Help us see how we can use AI to better our lives, to serve others, and to glorify your name. May we remain curious in our minds. And Father, thank you for your blessing us. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. That's the what? That's the QR code. That's the QR code. So God bless you. Ama mtaki kwenda home? Mnapiga picha kwanza. Bwana Mwai, thank you so much. Joseph, thank you for the connection. Edgar, where do you go to church? Church of God. Wow. Even this is Church of God. Did you mean that is the name of the church? Kaloleni Church of God. Oh, God bless you. Say hello to them, and you're welcome one of these days. Mr. Mwai told me he goes to PCA. That's my church-in-law. I've preached in PCA in Kikuyu. My wife used to be, at some point, are they called altar girls? The ones that come behind the preacher, carrying the Bible and the stuff. All right.